Charlie, I just think, honestly, you're too stupid to understand them.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you, you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your mouth. It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because you are not a traditional man.
Chuck. Let me tell you something right now. Get out of my house, or we're gonna have a problem. You don't have no warrant. You gotta stop talking. You don't have no warrant. I'm a U.S. citizen, born and raised in New Jersey. Thank you very much. Okay. So you have the wrong house. Excuse me, that's my door, and that's an expensive door. Do you have a warrant? Can I see your warrant that's signed by a judge for you to be coming and knocking on my door like that? You don't have a warrant, honey. I'm a U.S. citizen. I know my rights of my home. But before you come to my thing, you're going to have to show me a warrant with a thing signed. Because, honey, let me tell you something. I'm a USA citizen, and you guys are demons. Sellouts.
Mom, are you a fascist?
I don't think so.
Are you against fascism?
I would say yes.
Then you're Antifa. Dad, are you a fascist?
Wait.
No.
Are you against fascism?
I'm a Republican.
Are you against fascism?
No, I'm for Republican.
Are you against fascism like everybody who fought in World War II was?
Everybody who fought in World War II was not against fascism.
That's literally what we were fighting against.
You're confusing me.
Wasn't.
Huh? Do you think Hitler was a fascist?
No.
No? Wait a minute. You don't think Hitler was a fascist?
No.
How about Mussolini?
No.
Mussolini literally made the first fascist party. Okay. Woo!
From here? What's here? What country? Was you born here? Was you born here, man? What country was you born in?
The White House border czar Tom Homan was recorded on an FBI surveillance tape in September 2024, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money or give it back?
George, you've covered the story ad nauseum. Tom Homan did not take a bribe. It's a ridiculous smear. And the reason you guys are going after Tom Homan so aggressively is because he's doing the job of enforcing the law.
Well, you said he didn't take a bribe, but I'm not sure you answered the question. Are you saying that he did not accept the $50,000?
George, this story has been covered ad nauseum. He did not take a bribe. Did he accept $50,000? I'm sure that in the course of Tom Homan's life, he has been paid more than $50,000 for services. The question is, did he do something illegal? And there's absolutely no evidence that Tom Homan has ever taken a bribe or done anything illegal, which is why he's working in the administration.
I'm asking you, did he accept the $50,000 that was caught on the surveillance tape? Did he accept that $50,000 or not?
George, I don't know what you're talking about. Did he accept $50,000 for what?
He was recorded on an audio tape in September 2024, an FBI surveillance tape, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money?
Accepting $50,000 for doing what, George? I'm not even sure I understand the question. Is it a crime? Even the far left media like yourself. So I'm actually not sure what the precise question is. Did he accept $50,000? Honestly, George, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is that he didn't violate a crime.
So you don't, what was caught on the tape, you're saying right now you don't know whether or not he kept that money?
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. You are focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
When are you going to swear in Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva?
As soon as we get back to legislative session, when Chuck Schumer allows us to turn the lights back on.
Why haven't you done it already?
Because this is the way the institution works. I'm following the Pelosi precedent, by the way, when my dear friend from Louisiana, Julia Letlow, was elected to fill the seat of her deceased husband because of COVID. Nancy Pelosi took 25 days to swear her in. By the way,
are you saying? Let me stop you. Are you saying that Nancy Pelosi refused to swear her in earlier?
No, I'm saying that's my very point. Is this is the normal
my
process.
understanding is that was the date that actually the representative-elect Letlow at the time requested. She had obviously her.
Okay, here's some more examples. Okay.
No, but wait a minute. You mentioned the Pelosi precedent, but Pelosi didn't delay that.
Let me give you more of the Pelosi precedent. Okay.
And what about the Johnson precedent? Because you swore in 2 Republicans the day after their election.
I'm happy to answer. Pelosi precedent. Pat Ryan, Joe Simplinsky. They were elected during an August recess. So 21 days later, when the House returned to regular legislative session, they were administered the oath. That's what we're doing. We're not in session right now. Rep. Grijalva was elected after the House was out of session. As soon as we return to legislative session, as soon as the Democrats decide to turn the lights back on so we can all get back here, I will administer the oath on the first day.
You could swear her in tomorrow, right?
No, not tomorrow. No, we couldn't. We wouldn't. There was an exception for 2 Floridians earlier in this Congress, but the reason was they were duly elected, they had a date set, they flew in all their friends and family, and the House went out of session.
So if she flies in friends and family, then
we don't have a date set. She was elected after.
Okay. Let me ask you about the president.
Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to Vice President Vance. And thank you to our wonderful First Lady. And above all, thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to Vice President Vance. And thank you to our wonderful First Lady.
why do you dislike Trump so much? Let me ask that.
Yeah, I have so many reasons. Would you like a single sentence, a
The biggest
paragraph?
one, the biggest point, I would say.
So you want like my largest and longest explanation insofar as why I don't like Trump?
Yeah, sure.
Are you positive? It could take a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. I have time.
Okay. Well, I don't like Trump. I typically break it down into 3 categories. You have character, you have domestic policy, and you have foreign policy. So we're going to start off with that first category. That's going to be character. His character is absolutely abysmal. First and foremost, he's an adjudicated rapist. The civil court determined that he's guilty of raping E. Jean Carroll in 2023. Second of all, he's a 34-count felon. He was found guilty of 34 felonies for sending hush money to a porn star that he slept with, cheated on his wife with prior to the 2016 election, and then misclassified them as business expenses. So 34-count felon, adjudicated rapist. Not to mention, he's also like pretty racist. He told people to essentially not vote for Obama because Obama's black by saying that he's born in Africa with no reason, even though Obama has a birth certificate from Hawaii. He also called for the death penalty for the exonerated Central Park Five years after they were exonerated. And then in the 90s, he called all black people lazy in 92, then reaffirmed that something that he said in 97. On top of that, he's also incredibly misogynistic. I mean, he's made weird comments about how you could just grab a woman by the P word without asking first. He boasted about perving on the naked bodies of teenage girls and grown adult women at Miss Teen USA and Miss USA, as well as he said the best thing that could ever happen to a woman is pregnancy. He's sexualized his own daughter, saying he'd date her if he wasn't his daughter. Apparently, on the Howard Stern podcast, he made his daughter a promise when she was 17, saying that he would never date anybody younger than her, implying that he would date a 17-year-old when he was 40, as well as he sexualized a 10-year-old girl. In 1995, he was caught on a hot mic on an escalator telling a 10-year-old girl that he'd be dating her in 10 years. Not to mention all of his involvement with Epstein. I mean, he was best buddies from Epstein when Epstein was bringing children to his billionaire island and sexually abusing them. Epstein would even tell his victims that he was best friends with Donald Trump, and he had a framed picture of the two together on his desk. Not to mention that in 2003, Donald Trump sent Epstein a letter depicting the body of a naked woman, or in my mind, a girl, with a statement, "May every new day be another wonderful secret." And that's just the beginning about his character. He's a chronic liar. In his first term, he told over 30,000 lies. He's told the largest lie that any sitting president has ever told when he denied the outcome of the 2020 election and convinced 72% of all Republicans in the country to also deny it, instilling virtues of distrust in our civil electoral processes. He's also a raging narcissist. Once again, he baby raged to in 2020 when he lost the election, to the point that he literally tried to rig and steal it back. Third of all, he's just an egotistical power maniac. He doesn't care about any check nor balance. That's why he called for the termination of the Constitution in December of 2022. That's why he's been firing and replacing judges with no experience to further his agenda. And that's why he's explicitly violated the Constitution like 7 times in the last 250 days in office, ranging from attempting to take our 14th Amendment rights from us with Executive Order number 14160, calling for a termination of the 22nd Amendment when he said he wanted to run for a 3rd term, or violating the First Amendment 3 weeks ago when he tried to ban burning of the American flag, even though the Supreme Court ruled that was expressly protected under the First Amendment in 1989. Now, those are some facts about his character. Of course, there's more. Let's go ahead and move on to domestic policy. The domestic policy is just absolutely atrocious. We'll start off with economic policy. So in July of this year, he passed a $4.5 trillion bill, the largest spending bill ever passed in the American Congress, by the way. So say goodbye to conservatism in relation to our nation's spending or debt. And this $4.5 trillion bill literally redirects and takes money from the poor and gives it to the rich. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, 51% of income earners in this country are going to be losing money because of the cuts to Medicaid, kicking 10 million people off, the cuts to food stamps, kicking 3 million people off, the cuts to the DOE, kicking 400,000 school children off of free school student lunches and free school student breakfasts, just to further fund tax cuts for the ultra-wealthy. Now, in America, if you make over $1 million per year, you're going to be getting an additional 4% back per year. And that's just his economic policy. He has other very terrible domestic policy, ranging from directing SCOTUS to overturn Roe v. Wade, which has now led to the consequence of 60 pregnant great victims per day being denied access to abortion in 10 of our states, or 66 million American women in all 50 states having their human rights infringed upon, as well as we have other terrible domestic policy, like renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War, then declaring war on American citizens in Chicago and American citizens in D.C. But of course, he doesn't care about violent crime as he suggests he does, which is the reason he says he's doing this, because he pardoned 72 violent offenders that tried to beat up and kill cops on January 6th at our country's capital, such as DJ Rodriguez, who gave Officer Fanone a goddamn heart attack by driving a stun gun into his neck. Donald Trump let him out 8 years early and gave him a full and complete presidential pardon. Not to mention his terrible immigration policy, the mass deportation. He wants to remove every single undocumented immigrant from this country. That's going to destroy us. According to the American Immigration Council, if we do that, our GDP will fall by a projected $1.1 through $1.7 trillion per year, which is going to destabilize American industries. It's going to increase joblessness claims. It's going to slow GDP growth. It's going to increase poverty, increase crime. Everybody's fucked. We're all fucked. Not to mention, it costs $2 trillion to do it in the next 10 years because we'd be removing 8.3 million of our workers and 11 million of our consumers that pay close to $100 billion per year in taxes. And so there's a little bit about his domestic policy. But his foreign policy is even worse. I mean, he's just bending the knee to Israel. He's saying, oh, what do you need from us so you could continue to genocide more innocent Palestinians? Or, I don't know, he's signing very terrible agreements with the Congo just to exploit them for more of their minerals, so on and so forth, while not ending their conflict with the Rwandan M23 insurgents, but claiming he did. Or imposing tariffs on every single one of our allies, which has now led 23 countries globally to stop all parcel shipments into this country. And is now leading to an increase in power held by other countries like China, Russia, and so on. So we'll stop there. That was about 10 minutes.